Hi, this is Raven Hawk from fastworkinglovespells.com and fastworkinglovespells on Facebook. Um, on one of my off-topic days from occult, witchcraft, spells, love spells, money spells, I want to touch a little bit on criminals and people who continually and knowingly and willingly do harm to others. They know that they're hurting others, they're causing dis-ease and distress and damages to another person's health, mind, property, body, their family, their assets, and they continually do it regardless of feeling, of knowing that they should not be doing this. They just persist and they keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Now, usually people who are very gung-ho and very fastidious and very, who keep at it, who just keeps doing the same thing over and over, like just antagonizing a particular person or a particular group of people. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, and I really don't know. I would say that they have done this to others before, or they have attempted to do it to other people. Because as a human being, you don't have to be a super empath. You don't even have to be a feeling person. You could just be a person, any person. Even a narcissist at some point. There's a cutoff point when they know that, you know what, it's too much. Because they can visibly see how upset that person is. They can visibly see how distressed or worried or something is wrong in their lives. And they can feel, they know it's time to stop. But I say these people do things for money. The fear that they're going to run out of money, or somebody else has all the money and they don't have any. They're just spiteful, hateful, jealous, resentful, whatever. Whatever it is. This feeling that they just do it. That's their motivation. It's not because there's not enough money printed. I call it laziness. They're just being lazy. They don't want to build something step by step. They want to steal a big pile of money that somebody else has already created. They'll go through that step by step because they know a big pile of money is waiting for them. Now, they don't give a crap what this person, how much value they have for their own life, or their family values their life, or how much they're loved by their kids, their parents. They don't care. That person now becomes the stumbling block in between them and whatever money that person has. As callous as that sounds, this is to me like the new age of criminals now. And they've been around for a long time, and maybe I wasn't aware, or my awareness was not opened up to this until now, present time in my life. But getting back to the point, even a narcissist, a bona fide, certified, somebody who has been clinically diagnosed with narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder, there's a cutoff point when even they know that, you know what, they can't stand it. They can't stand to really to really stomach it anymore. They know they've gone too far because they have some human feelings. They may not have empathic feelings, but they're still human beings at heart. So I guess the fear that there's more money, the other person has more money than them is a very real thing. And the greed. Now, this is not to give money a bad name. The money has no problems. The money itself is free flowing, and it'll flow to anybody who allows it. Because just how it flowed to that person because they allowed it, it can flow to the bad guys as well. They're just not interested in that. It's coming too slowly. That's not going to work for them. They're looking for shortcuts for massive amounts of money. To get money, big money. Because they need it more than the people do. So getting back to the point is, you can tell if you're going through something and somebody's doing it to you, you can tell, well, you know that this looks like they have done this before. They don't look like they're trial and error here. They're actually so, it just flows with them. And it seems like the more you persist in succeeding, being alive, staying alive, getting on with your life, is the more resentful they become of you. That now takes place of the urgency of wanting your money, is the fact that they feel you're defying them now. They decided you gotta die, or you should be out of a job, or you should be something bad should happen to you, because remember, if you're alive, they can't get to your money. They can't get to your money because you're not going to want that. So they have made a decision now. So you are in their way. You're standing between, in their mind, that has become their money. That has become their money, their cash. They consider that theirs now. So you're a liability to them now. So the next thing to look at here is, I look at the tenacity, the drive, and the continuity of their actions, and I can tell that they've done it before. And the second thing to look at is when you remove somebody out of when somebody gets locked up, when somebody gets caught, it's not because you're just taking away that person's freedom. What you're doing at the same time is protecting the rest of society until that person is rehabilitated or not. You're removing them, you're protecting the rest of society until they have realized, well, what they've done is wrong and it's hurting people, and you can't do that. So when people are locked up, sometimes it's not just that they're taking away, well, their families and them will go really, oh, you're taking away my freedom. What have you done with the freedom? You're hurting other people. You show no concern, no care, callousness, and you're just toying with people's lives. So to take you away from society for a while, it simply means until you're rehabilitated or not, that you're protecting the rest of the society. Because a police officer told me once that the people will do what they do until they show a willingness to change. People will do what they do. So, this experience with this hacking that I'm going through and all this stuff that is happening is just to educate people to be on the alert and don't be alone. Because whatever these people who are targeting me, one of the things I know that they want to do is to make me feel isolated, make me feel alone, make me feel like there's nowhere for me to turn to, no one for me to turn to. There's no open door. No one will understand. And it has to do with money. Like if they stole my money already, the money is gone and there's nothing I can do about it. And they want me to get that point and just let it go, as they call it. They want me to get the point. They want to get that point across. Don't you see how hopeless this is? You're just jumping onto a sinking ship. It's not going to go anywhere. You're flogging a dead horse with this. Give it up. They've stolen your money. Let's let it go. Don't fight it. Can't you see the fruitlessness of your actions? Nobody's going to help you. Nobody believes you. You sound like a kook. That's their mentality. That's the message they're trying to convey to me. And for them to be this good, it makes me wonder, what have they done before? Because the persistence, man, it's beautiful. It's like poetry in motion. But it's like poetry in motion is one. But talking about a little thing I want to touch on is that I think that my stubbornness, my willingness to live, my not dying, keeling over, just going in a hole and disappearing, is becoming somewhat of a challenge to them. And the resentfulness, that hatred is starting to build. So it's not so much about, it's just like I'm not doing what they want. And that's really eating them up from the inside. It's a really strong resentfulness, hatefulness towards me. Because I'm not becoming what they are envisioning for me. And since this is not a love spell, because they're not looking for things out of love, they're looking for, basically, for me to just crawl into a hole and die, or just freaking die. But I'm not obliging them fast enough. They're starting to be very resentful of me, almost a hatred. Like they have to bring me to my knees. They have to do this. That's what the obsession is now, I think. They have to bring me to my knees, which is not good for me. Because I'm now the victim of their obsession, basically. Because their obsession to bring me to my knees is my challenge right now, from day to day, just to live. Their obsession is getting stronger than they are. That's the only thing that drives them right now. It's like they have to do this. And if they do this, then every problem they have in their life after is going to just magically unfold. I have a feeling this is kind of like the dilemma one of the hackers have with me right now. That's her dilemma. She has to bring me to my knees. She has to make me surrender. She has to make me acquiesce. She has to make me fade away or die. And that's when all her life, everything that she's wanted, every promises the others have made her, I guess. I'm just going here on a limb of all the things I can think of. All the trees will turn to gold. All the leaves will turn to gold. She'll have all the money in the world. Everything that has been going wrong in her life is going to suddenly, like that, start going the right way. If she can just put me into the ground, literally or figuratively, either one. It's just an obsession. It's just an obsession. Everybody has obsessions and habits. Hers is deadly, though. Deadly for other people, including me. Sometimes an obsession might be to catch the biggest fish, to have the biggest car, to have the biggest house, to make the most money in a year. These are healthy obsessions, because it doesn't include harming anybody else. And if she's watching me, your obsession is really bad and unhealthy. I suggest you give it up. So I just want to leave you with this thought again. Sometimes when people get taken out of society for the purpose of rehabilitation, it's not because I'm not law enforcement, not because they're taking away their freedom, but they're also safeguarding the general pop or the general population or the public from them actually messing with them. So that's another way to look at it. It's not always just, well, you're doing them wrong. They are creating some distress in other people's lives. These are not people who have been wrongly accused. I'm talking about people who are, badasses. Then there's plenty of them out there. So you're just protecting the rest of the people from them. So that's another way to look at it. Again, this is Raven Hawk from fastworkinglovespells.com. You need any spell work, I'm there for you. You need an EFT session or you need a tarot reading, give me a call at 405-332-3968. Again, that is 405-332-3968. Hope to talk to you soon.